Guys, welcome to my channel, All Things Foster Care. And my name is Crystal. Today, I'm going to talk about balance. That's right, not balancing on a balance beam, but balancing your life as a foster parent. This is something that is critical to being successful as a foster parent. Not just as a foster parent, but you should have balance even if you're not a foster parent. And it's 10 times more important to have it as a foster parent. Why? Well, where can we begin? You have all of these extra people coming into your home, in addition to possibly maybe one child or a sibling group. You have caseworkers. If you're dealing with a private agency, you might have a state caseworker, a private agency caseworker. That's two extra people. Then you might have a therapist. Each child might have a therapist. That's again another person. It could be the same person as a therapist. It could be two different therapists. So that's caseworker, private caseworker, therapist number one, therapist number two. That's four extra people in your life that you have to talk to, communicate with, follow up with, correspond with, email with on a weekly, monthly, sometimes even a daily basis. That's not all. Sometimes children need a behavior aid. Behavior aid might come with both children, might be the same person. It might be a different person. Maybe you have a sibling group with a male and a female. Maybe the male needs a male behavior aid and the female needs a female behavior aid. So what do you have now? Caseworker one, caseworker two, therapist one, therapist two, behavior aid one, behavior aid two. So you see the point? You can have a lot of people coming into your home, and that's not even a half of it. You got to think about teachers, you got to think about bus drivers. And the reason why I'm naming all of these people, you're thinking, what am I going to have to do with the bus drivers? Well, it's no secret. We know that as foster parents, our foster babies sometimes have behavior issues that they need to work on. These things might show up at the home, they might show up in school, they might show up on the bus. So I've had personal experience of a bus driver coming to me in front of the home to talk about my foster babies and their behaviors on the bus. So yes, it can be a lot. It can be overwhelming, and you can even lose yourself. Not because you're doing a bad job as being a foster parent, but because you're so devoted to being a good foster parent and loving these children to the best of your ability. You can sometimes consume yourself in the foster care world where you forget about yourself. And I can personally speak from this. I was a great foster parent, but when it came to balance and loving myself in the beginning, the first couple of years, I wasn't so great at that. So this is why I can now tell you from personal experience how important it is to have balance in your life and balance as a foster parent. How do you do this? Well, the first thing you need to do is make a schedule. Make a schedule with realistic expectations. Follow the schedule. Be consistent. You don't want to make a schedule for the children and tell them that they need to do ABC or 1, 2, 3, and you don't make a schedule for yourself and consistently do ABC 1, 2, 3. So you need to be consistent in everything you do. You want the kids to be consistent, you show consistency. This is going to help the days be easier, and this is going to help manage everything that you have to do as a foster parent 10 times better. For example, if the kids have their annual exams, annual dental appointments, schedule those around the same time. Possibly try to get them in the same week. So that way you can have that on the calendar as appointment week. And you can just take time out to have these appointments, go to these appointments, And that way you're not running around with the chicken, like a chicken with your head cut off, trying to get groceries, trying to do appointments, trying to do parent-teacher conferences, or whatever else may come up. You schedule that and you schedule nothing else. So this is what helps to make your life easy, following a schedule, being consistent with that schedule. Last but not least, you want to include time. Time for who? Time for your family that you had before foster care, time for your friends that you had before being a foster parent, and last but not least, time for yourself. That's right. You need time for yourself. If you're not taking care of yourself, it's going to be very hard to take care of other people. So you want to make time for yourself, whether it's 10 minutes in the morning or whether it's an hour at night after everybody has gone to bed. You just want to take some time to relax, read, have a glass of wine, whatever it is that you do to relax, whatever you do to just breathe for a moment. You need it and you deserve it. Because if you don't take time for yourself, you're going to lose yourself. For an example, my life became so chaotic personally. Now, I was doing well on the outside as a foster parent, but I didn't realize I was losing friends because my best friend that I used to talk to about everything going on in my life, other than foster parent, being a foster parent before I was a foster parent, the only thing that I wanted to talk about when we got together was foster care. If we weren't talking about foster care, I didn't have nothing to talk about. So I had let this consume my life, whether I was talking about behaviors, whether I was talking about dealing with the system, whether I was talking about school, teachers, whatever, everything was foster care. So when I started to lose that friendship, I couldn't figure out why. Why? Because I didn't have balance. Another example, my mother passed in 2015 from cancer. She had suffered for several years, and I wasn't able to be there like I wanted to. And the reason why is because I was consumed with being a foster mommy. Nothing wrong with being a foster mom, nothing wrong with being, a devoted parent, foster parent. However, my family still needed my love. My mother, when she died in 2015, I went to that state where she was at to spend time with her those last few days. And it was very, very heartbreaking because now at this end of her life, I wanted to spend all this time with my mother. But see, when I should have been making time for my mother the years before, my whole life revolved around making time for these kids, putting these kids first in everything that they needed. So I'm saying all of that to say that you make room for foster care, but you also keep room for things that you had before foster care. Life is precious. Once someone is gone, you can't get them back. So you want to continue to keep a healthy balance in your life. You want to continue to love yourself, make time for yourself, make time for your family, and make times for your friends. If you do all of these things consistently and to the best of your ability, you will be an awesome foster parent, or you will even be a more better foster parent than you were before. So I hope this video helps everybody that might be thinking about becoming a foster parent, or if you're already a foster parent, maybe I gave you some tips that you were thinking about, didn't really know how to implement. So enjoy your day. Stay tuned for the next video. And also don't forget to go over to the website, CandaceIsSafe.com, and pick up the book, Candace is Safe for Your Foster Babies. Have a great day. Bye.